Hey everyone, welcome to another tutorial. This time we'll be working with gouache. Now this medium may be completely new to you, so don't be afraid. It is much easier than it may seem. Gouache paints are classified as opaque watercolours, popular with artists for their matte effect, although the white I use in this video is a different brand to Himi and seems to dry glossy. Let's get into this painting. I'm starting off mixing a light blue with white. This is essentially because I want the sky to be very pale, and gouache tends to dry darker than when it's first laid down. It's a good idea to have a thick creamy consistency for the background that won't require a lot of work in the future as it looks smoother and cleaner. I add white in random areas and swipe my flat brush from left to right to give the illusion of clouds. Next, I go in with some light green mixed with white again to add in distant hills and mountains, darkening the green to make a contrast between the hills to define them. Then I block in the remaining areas of greenery with a quick brush over the whole area. There will be a lot of work done in this area, so it doesn't particularly matter if you see your pencil drawing beneath it. If anything, that'll help you as you go on. I add some brown to my green on my palette just to paint in the pathway quickly. This won't remain this colour, we will be adding to it in the future. Now I have created a slightly darker tone of green to start mapping out areas like the bushes, distant trees and grass, using a round brush number 2. I then go over this with another slightly darker tone of the same green to build up the layers which make the landscape ultimately look more realistic. This is a time-consuming part as I'm doing every blade of grass and every bush or leaf I find, but you have a lot more control over it, and ultimately it's more in your hands to make it look realistic. I repeat this step with a third darker shade of this green, and as you can see, it slowly makes the greenery come to life and look more authentic. Now, some of you may have already heard or have used Himi gouache jelly cups, like these on the left. They've been really popular for a while now due to their wide range of colours and tones, as well as their affordable price tag. You could pick up the smallest set for around £18, with 18 colours in the tray. Here on the left I am using a slightly larger palette of around 24 colours, which you could purchase from places like Amazon for less than £30, so it's a great beginner medium if you are on a budget or worry about being wasteful. Next, I am using a light, almost lime green mixed with the white. This will be used to create a sense of light and shadow, as this tone will represent the areas that the light hits the greenery. I say greenery as a loose term, meaning all the plant life that is green in this painting. Onto the yellow now, and I want to map out all the areas where there are flower, pistils and stamens. And yes, I did in fact Google the anatomy of a flower to obtain the correct terms. Continuing on with the other yellow flowers dotted throughout this image, know that if you are working from a reference photo as I am, you can deviate from the exact positions you see and create some variety of your own. Just bear in mind when you do this that where the light will hit the plant in order to get the shading correct and have a realistic outcome. Let's get some beautiful lilac down on this painting and get some interest going. With each colour I make, I use the white to mix with it, simply to stay loosely within the pastel shades. I wanted to create this painting with colourful flowers, but nothing overly bright and garish, so trying to stay near pastel tones really helps with this. At this point, I am still using my round brush size 2. I feel it gives me control almost similar to that of a pen or pencil. It's always a good practice when working with a nature subject to keep altering the colour you are working with, even if it's only minimal, as this will give the effect that it is real. To do this, simply add a little more white or a little more of the colour and continue painting your flower, for example, and then add a dab more of either, again and again, continue the flower. This matters because if you stick to the same tone or shade throughout, and it will make the shape completely flat. There will be no suggestion of curves, light, shadow or reality to the image or subject, because nothing in nature is one flat colour. Comment below if you've made it this far, it'd be great to hear from you. Any feedback you have, that'd be great to read as well. I have found that many tutorials on gouache can be quite overwhelming with all the many consistencies of the paint you can create, or how much water should or should not be added to the paper due to the reactivating of the paint already laid. Believe me, I've watched plenty, but the best advice I can give you is to go with what you're comfortable with. If you feel you'll make lots of changes, additions or alterations, then use a thin, watery consistency. And if you know you're completely set with your colour choice and won't be adding anything, then go for a thicker consistency. Use the theory changes equals thin and no changes equals thick. You shouldn't go far wrong with that, but hey, if you do, don't be hard on yourself. Gouache can be used in so many different ways and can look like a watercolour painting or an acrylic painting, so experiment freely and have fun with it. I'm going to be adding in all the white areas now to add all the most brightest parts and highlights and any flowers that are completely white. This can take time, but it can also be very effective. Once again, I've mixed that white with a slight shade of the purple. This just makes it look even more realistic when you're painting and adds more tonal value. Now, as you'll see, I'm adding in all the final touches to the image. any areas to me that need any refining, any areas that need highlights or shadows, and also small additions of things like the stem or bud of the flowers. I have gone over some areas which I left out previously with this darker green. That darker green represents trees that are actual wooded areas in the far off distant fields. I feel that the darker green makes them stand out more and gives them maturity, rather than looking more like a misplaced blade of grass. These final touches, as I've said, do take time, but they really do make the picture pop and give it character and life. And at the end of the day, you want to create something that you feel is visually appealing to yourself, but also to others if you hope to share it with others or even sell your work. My final job is to paint in the dirt path, and with this I use a thick cream-like consistency like that of the sky, as no other work will be on top of the path, and I find less is more. I will use minimal shades and instead focus on clever placements. As you'll see toward the end, the area I add the darkest shade are below the tallest flowers and grass or leaves. Sometimes just a suggestion of an area of dark shadow or depth will give it a much greater effect than that of many tiny dots. So guys, it's been great having you join me today. Once again, I've enjoyed creating this for you, and I hope to see you again on another tutorial.